Hello world, today we're replacing an alternator on a Mazda 3. As you can see, this battery has probably been sitting for a while. And I sprayed it, that's why you see it all blue. Let's try to clean as much of it as possible. I'm going to recommend to replace this battery, but for now this is what we're going to do. Alright, let's start off by loosening up the tensioner belt. That way we can get that off and get started. Obviously, as you saw, I went ahead and disconnected the battery. That way we don't have any sort of issues going on when we disconnect the positive terminal. Alright, so that's off. We're going to head down underneath the vehicle because that's where the alternator is. As soon as I move the belt off, there you go. Alright, most everyone will have this cover, a few bolts here and there. Go ahead and take these off so we can get this splash cover off. Alright, it's off. Here we have the alternator, pretty easy access. It's a total of 4 bolts. You can always correct me if I'm wrong, because I usually am. Just kidding, I'm usually right. Alright, so the way I do it, I loosen them up. I disconnect the main harness, which is up there. So once you have that broken loose, go ahead and remove that nut and move the harness out of the way. So make sure you play the wiggle game with this guy and just wiggle it off, and see, there, it comes off pretty quickly. Alright, now I need to come back up here because there's a bolt up here. And you can probably notice that it's starting to rain, so I'm starting to rush just a tad just to avoid getting wet. Alright, there's that guy. Now I'll come back down. So we have these 2 bolts down here. That one that I just took off, and then there's one on the side. You should be able to see it once I take it off. Usually I leave one of these on here just to hold the alternator when I remove everything else. Alright. Are we doing that this time? No, apparently not. Alright, here's that last bolt. There it is. So this is on the right side. I'm just giving you a weird angle at this point. See, I went ahead and reinstalled one of these bolts down here. That way it wouldn't fall on me. And it makes it easier to take this guy off as well. Alright. Here comes this guy. Ta-da. Now I'm just holding the alternator and taking off that other bolt. Pretty simple job, straightforward. 4 bolts, 1 nut. And here it comes. Alright, now that that's off, we're going to go ahead and install the new one. If I remember correctly, the customer provided this one, so hopefully everything pans out. I do not like when customers supply parts because if there is an issue, it complicates things for me time-wise. But anyways, alright, go ahead and put one, then put another, so it's held in place and you can continue working. I like to do the 2 bottom ones. If I can, I like to install all the bolts, at least get a thread on there, and then tighten them up afterwards once I have that alternator sitting. So sometimes you do want to do that only because it may not sit properly. This one has a little tab or a little tab guide that helps it sit in its proper spot. So we went ahead and put all those things back on, tighten them up, and slap the belt back on. Then we put the splash guard back in, put on all those bolts, connected the battery back up. It will be replaced, but for now we just want to see it running and making sure everything's working. So yeah, quick video, quick job. Thanks.